The Basketball Africa League bar a new professional league featuring 12 club teams from across Africa. They've been scheduled to begin play in March 2020. President of the project, Senegal's Amadou Gallo Fall, is optimistic that the partnership with the National Basketball Association will aid development and open new markets for the sport on the continent. In this report, our sports correspondent Austin Okunakwan highlights the objectives and potentials of the new league.
We will unveil something special.
The arrival of the new professional league was announced with the unveiling of the logo in Kigali last year, December.
Basketball African League logo.
With basketball, Africa will tell a beautiful story about her people, celebrate its diversity and values.
The Basketball Africa League is a partnership between FIBA, the world's governing body for basketball, and the National Basketball Association. We are committed to building the Basketball Africa League into a world-class sports and entertainment property.
The organizers believe the league will improve the quality of play, but beyond the action, are there benefits in this for Africa?
Especially when it comes to our infrastructure, which is a main issue that we have in Africa. Building of arenas, building of stadiums, or like you see what's happened already in Kigali. That's already a huge plus. So we expect that to translate across Africa.
We've done a number of initiatives, and we feel that all that work now is culminating into this professional league that is going to attract global talent, that is going to also contribute in so many ways in the economic growth of the continent.
The inaugural regular season will take place in Lagos, Nigeria, Cairo, Egypt, Dakar, Senegal, Luanda, Angola, Rabat, Morocco, and Monastir in Tunisia. Rivers Hoopers of Port Harcourt will represent Nigeria in the league that will see the 12 teams play 5 games each, with the top 3 in each conference qualifying for the playoffs.
We put our house in order and everything is good, everything is great. Then we're going to get the best, we're going to perform better. And by the time they go to the African continent, so we can say, okay, you know what, we did very well, we won much luck.
Kigali, the Rwandan capital, will host the first ever Basketball Africa League finals. Austin Okunakwan, Channels Television News.
In the English Premier League, Virgil van Dijk's header helped Liverpool on their way to a 2-0 win over Manchester United at Anfield earlier this evening as they extended their lead at the top to 16 points. Jurgen Klopp's side had 2 further goals ruled out before the interval and upped the intensity again in the second half before Mohamed Salah's goal added gloss to the win later on. United now trail Liverpool by 30 points, having played more games. Earlier, Ashley Westwood scored with a stunning strike as Burnley came from a goal down to defeat Leicester 2-1 and earned their first points in 5 matches. The win lifts Burnley to 14th, 5 points above the relegation zone. Leicester have now lost 4 times in their last 6 league games. EU, Libya and world leaders have been meeting in the German capital Berlin in a last-ditch effort to secure a lasting ceasefire in Libya. Attending the summit, apart from host German Chancellor Angela Merkel, Russian President Vladimir Putin and Turkish President Recep Erdogan, who has called on Eastern Libyan military commander Khalifa Haftar to end his aggressive stance to pave the way for a political process in the North African country. A group that has previously shut down Libya's largest oil field is threatening to do so again as international powers gather for the peace summit, potentially taking nearly all the country's oil output offline. Today's talks aim to extract a pledge from foreign powers to honor a UN arms embargo and to halt any further interference in the conflict. Libya has been rocked by conflict since the 2011 uprising, which ousted longtime leader Muammar Gaddafi. 75 prisoners have escaped from a prison in eastern Paraguay near the country's border with Brazil. Upon inspection of the prison complex in the city of Pedro Juan Caballero, police discovered the entire block housing Brazil's largest organized criminal gang. The first command of the capital was empty. They also found some 200 sandbags in one of the cells. Officials also discovered tunnel said to have been cover-up for the prisoners' escape. Paraguay's Interior Minister Euclides Acevedo says intelligence information suggested that the prisoners have been allowed to escape in smaller groups in the last few days, and that this happened as the jail director was on annual leave. Canadians living in the province of Newfoundland have been digging their way through at least 30 inches of snow following a massive winter blizzard that buried cars and left thousands without power over the weekend. The federal government says it will help residents clear the snow, while the mayor of the capital, St. John, says a state of emergency has been declared while businesses and the international airport remain shut. St. John superseded its record for the most snow in 24 hours. The previous record of 26.9 inches was set in April 1999. Totals in other areas were higher, and wind speeds of 100 miles per hour or greater made it difficult to measure the snow amid blowing and drifting. And the main news again. Supporters of the People's Democratic Party today staged a nationwide protest against the Supreme Court ruling which sacked Emeka Ihedioha as governor of Imo State. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has thrown his weight behind Operation Amotekun, who insists security initiative long overdue. We also told you that men of the Lagos State Fire have been battling inferno at a pipeline explosion site at Ilekpo, Abulegba. Plus, you heard the European Union, Libyan and world leaders meet in last-ditch effort to secure lasting ceasefire in Libya. And that's news at 10 tonight. Many thanks for watching. I'm Minister Tumwaka. Have a good night and a great week ahead.